What's going on, man? It's your big brother Trend. You tuned in again to another video, okay? Women, if you are 30 years old or older, you better settle, okay? And I'm about to tell you why in this video. I make videos for everybody all the time, but this particular video was inspired by a young lady who I seen on YouTube. She made a similar video to this, and I'm gonna give my take on what I think about this topic that she inspired me to make a video about, okay? And again, folks, don't take me serious because I can say things that trigger you as a woman. Don't be triggered by your emotions, okay? Listen to me logically. Listen to me as if I was your real big brother. You know what I'm saying? And listen to me as a friend, because I'm not trying to look down on a woman out there that's watching my video. I'm not trying to bash women at all, period. I actually like women, okay? That's why I know this stuff so well, you feel me? And I get most of my resources or most of my information from resources such as older women, because that's what I'm attracted to. I date older women, all right? I always have, man, and this is how it's always been. And so these women that I've dated, I've seen their lifestyles and they've told me things about what they have experienced in their own personal life. Okay, so I'm not just talking out the side of my neck when I tell y'all this information out there, ladies. I'm really trying to help you understand how to navigate this thing we call life in these times that we live in. Because the truth is, in these times we are living in, it is very challenging even for a single man to maintain stability, all right? A man, okay? So I can imagine if you're a single woman out there and you by yourself, or even if you got kids, I can imagine how hard and difficult it is for you to actually maintain your livelihood, okay? So again, this video is for my women over 30 years or older. You better settle down, and I'm about to tell you why in this video, okay? First things first, ladies. If you are over 30, let's keep it real. Your appearance is not the same as it was when you was in your 20s, your late 20s, your teen years. Your appearance is not the same as it has always been when you were younger, okay? If you are 30 and older, I can tell you now, you are losing that youthful luster, okay? Women have a time frame when it comes down to their looks and appearances, unlike guys, okay? Guys guys bring it all back together for some strange reason. That's how they genetically built, okay? But when it comes down to women, the reason why I say your appearance goes down is because you got to understand, y'all ladies, y'all add a lot to y'all look all the time, okay? From makeup, piercings, hair, all of this stuff you put on your face, and all this hair and stuff that you put in your hair that contains chemicals, synthetic materials and stuff, and all this stuff that's being added to your body for your beauty and your look, okay? You got to keep in mind, over time, that wears and tears on your body, whether you believe it or not, okay? And fortunately, men don't have, the reason why men don't really age as fast is because men don't really have to really add a lot to they whole look. You know what I'm saying? Especially probably some temperate spray for the hairline or something like that. But other than that, men don't really wear a lot of the stuff that you ladies do. You feel me? So y'all got to keep in mind that your appearance will begin to diminish slowly the older you get. And especially if you're 30 and older, you probably have noticed that your appearance is not the same youthful, not lustful, but lustrous type of look that you used to have once upon a time, okay? And, also, more women tend to gain weight as they age. You know what I'm saying? I even know that just by the women in my family, growing up. I've seen my closest ones gain weight just because they got older. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mom talk all the time, and my mom has to work out every day to keep her weight down, because if she does eat like anything heavy, it will the weight will add up quicker now that my mom's a little older than she was when, when I was staying with her back in the days. You see what I'm saying? So you got to keep in mind, ladies, even when it comes to weight and all that stuff, like y'all got to understand these younger girls, like the 20, 29, 28, 27, 25, these young adult girls, they have that look that you probably once upon a time used to have, and it's more attractive to men. You get what I'm saying? It's more attractive to men. Men, unlike me, because I like to date up like in age when it comes to women. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. But most men like to date women that date down in age. Okay? So that's another thing you got to keep in mind. Most men like younger girls. You feel me? And that's just the way it is. So if you an older woman, yeah, you still might be pulling your own weight. You still might got game. You can bag a handsome young guy or a fly cat or something. You still can bag them every now and again. But you got to keep in mind, the average woman, you probably won't be able to get the bag that same type of guy the older you get. And if you do bag him or whatever, if you do, nib him in the bud, chances of him actually wrapping you up and being with you for forever is very, very slim to almost none. He's not going to do it. I mean, he might get to the cookie box. That's really all he probably won't. But he's definitely not gonna consider like, being with you forever, even though you got that kind of guy in your corner. You know what I'm saying? Just like me, for instance, I like I said, I dated older women, okay? And we were just friends, okay? We were just friends. We had an understanding. She knew she was my friend, I was her friend, okay? And it never went anything above that. As a matter of fact, they told me they didn't want anything else above that. You feel me? But anyway, so, you got to understand too, ladies, being 30 and over, the older you get, it's like the more expectations you have, the more expectations you have for yourself, and you get more picky because you know what you want now. So you can't necessarily expect a guy to really just be able to adhere to all of the expectations you come with, being that you are 30 and over. You get what I'm saying? It's like, you can't necessarily say that you're valuable because you have high expectations. It's kind of like the more expectations you have, the lesser your chances of finding a guy that you really want. It's like slim pickings almost. And if you blessed, if if God is on your side or whatever the case, or whoever you believe in, then you may be blessed with a guy that will be at your expectations. But I'm just saying, for the average chick, it's just not likely to happen. And so it's okay to sometimes think logically about this stuff, ladies, because I know a lot of ladies is like, I feel this is going to happen. That's okay. But year after year, you keep feeling. 31, you keep feeling. 33, you keep feeling. 30. Next thing you know, you're going to look up and you don't want to be 40 something years old. Like my friend, right? She about to get kicked out of her place in a few days because she can't afford to live there, because she don't have a man, she don't have kids around, she can't get another place to stay, and she's gonna have to go stay back with her sister at 41 years old. Now, I'm not looking down on her because we cool and she's talked to me about this situation, but I'm telling you from even her situation, I've seen it so many times. Like, I've seen women in their 40s, in their late 40s, get divorces. You know what I mean? They getting divorces and stuff from guys because of whatever reason. I don't know. But you think that it's gonna be sweet after you get out of a divorce as a woman. It's not. It's not gonna be still cool. It's gonna be like even worse, because you gotta catch back up to the times. You have to get back out on the scene, and after all that time has went by, you've lost completely track of like everything that's going on in today's society. So, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of women out there that's divorced or separated. You please comment below and let these girls know, like, it is not as good as it is versus being settled. Okay, having a partner in your corner after the age of 30 is probably the most smartest thing you can do, in these economical times that we are living in right now. Okay, remember I said at the beginning of the video, it's challenging for even a single man to actually keep a roof over his head nowadays, let alone a woman. You understand? So, ladies, you got to keep in mind, like, another thing you got to keep in mind too, if you're over 30, and the reason why you should settle down is because no guy is gonna feel obligated to take on your responsibilities as a woman. Like, if you got a lot of things out of order that, you know, since you single or whatever, but you older or whatever, you can't necessarily expect a guy to come and just be responsible for your responsibilities. You know what I mean? As an adult, we are all responsible for our own finances, for taking care of ourselves, for keeping ourselves healthy, for keeping ourselves spiritually connected. We are adults, okay? Because the reason why I say it is because I see a lot of women out there who are like, they looking for Mr. Fix-It. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, a lot of guys are so burnt out, ladies, that they're just not going to come and just fix your problems. Like, I know that a lot of women grew up on this, you know, this Ken type, doll type guy that they're going to run into one day, this maintenance man, you know what I'm saying? Or this Prince Charming, and he's just going to come and just clear all your debt, and he's going to make you this great woman who's on a pedestal. That's Disneyland stuff, folks. That is movie stuff, okay? They lying to y'all. They programming y'all to believe that so you get caught up in the trap. Okay, I'm telling you this from my own experience. All right, it is not going to work. Okay, I know so many women who I've come across personally. They are lonely nowadays, and they older than 30. They in their 50s. You feel me? And in their 60s, might still be in somewhat kind of shape because they work out at the gym from time to time. But these ladies had many men to choose from. And they always found some type of fault in this guy for something really petty, something really simple. And now they're not with the guy no more. Now they buy themselves all over again. And they thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side. But unfortunately, it's not greener when you don't have a partner or somebody to help you as a woman. Especially a black woman out there, okay? Black women, all right? I'm talking to you now. Y'all all know that our culture is like the least financially stable culture ever on the face of the earth. Y'all know that. It ain't no secret. You know, we have the most hardest times with getting opportunities and getting anything given to us because we just don't stick together. Okay, so especially as a black woman, you really need to think about settling because your chances is slim compared to all the other races of women. Okay, an Indian woman that's over 30, she probably can call her family and them, they go find her somebody, you know. White chick, yeah, she gonna find Matthews, you know, somebody like him, and he's gonna come, he's gonna swoop off of. But as far as my culture goes, black men, black women, if you over 30, you a woman, you definitely better start thinking about settling down because it ain't gonna get easy from that point on. I'm telling you, it's not. It's not. And like I said, most women who've had the opportunity and the God-given opportunities to have guys that come into their lives to try to assist them and be there for them. He might have not been the tallest. He might have not made the most money. He might have been a couch potato or whatever. I mean, I hope you don't get a couch potato with him. But like, I'm just saying, he don't have all his stuff perfectly lined up like you expected. But at least he there to help you. A lot of women kick those guys to the curb, and now they by themselves and they still working, and they like 60 years old. You got to understand what I'm saying. You're not, as a woman that's 30 and older, you're not supposed to be toiling and working super hard to pay bills and to make ends meet if you're like 40 and over. I'm just gonna keep it at that age. If you 40 and over and you still working extremely hard to try to make ends meet, you lost all your opportunities that came before you got to that point, all right? And you really should settle down, you know what I mean? And another reason why you should definitely settle down, because like I said, and I forgot to say this, but if you got kids too, and you 30 and over, again, your expectations is higher because you got children that are coming in the picture. So you want this guy to be able to be a great father figure to your kids. You want him to treat the kids like this, be able to take the kids there if you gotta go there, blah, 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 all this other stuff. your expectations are higher, but I keep telling you, the probability of finding that Mr. Right, it gets very, very low the more baggage you come with, okay? So if you have kids, 2 kids, 3 kids, guys look at this stuff, and that is the determining factors of what they want to be with you or not. You might not think so, but guys say to themselves, do I want to be the father of that kid right there and her boyfriend, husband too? And I got 1 kid already. Or I got 2 kids already. See, you got to think about that, ladies. Okay, you got to think past how I feel like God is going to do this. And I feel like I look good. Still, reality is that as the older you get, the more you begin to lose options. All right. If you got a dog and you 30 and over, you better settle down. If you got a cat and you 30 and over, you better settle down. All of this stuff are little signs of being lonely forever. Okay, if you got a dog, shouts out to your dog. Roof, roof. If you got a cat, meow. Okay, keep your dog, keep your pets, keep your cat. All right, I'm just saying, those little things that you are getting to feel comfortable from feeling lonely are signs that it's not gonna get better, because your cat and your dog is never gonna be able to treat you like a man can or a person can. Okay. And don't no man want no old lonely lady that got cats running around the house with cornflakes in the bowl and shit. Men don't want women like that. Okay, so again, ladies, I'm so glad if you're still here watching me. Don't feel triggered. Don't get in your feelings about me. Don't turn against trend. I'm just really trying to help y'all understand something that y'all probably can't really see, because a lot of women operate through emotions and feelings. Okay, so I'm telling y'all logically what I see and what's going on out here. But yeah, women over 30 need to you got to start settling down. And this means, like, be grateful for the guys that do hit on you. Like, if you do got a decent guy that he hit on you and he's not, he ain't physically abusing you. He ain't treating you like a thought bucket. He not treating you like a 304. He trying to be nice. He might not be rich, or he might not, got the designer clothes or the Lamborghini or the Bentley or Mercedes, but he do got a car, or he can get you from point A to point B. Okay, then that's being grateful. Okay, that's being grateful, because you got to be thankful for a guy to even like you at that age. If you like my age and you're a woman, 35, and you still gonna go out here and somebody hit on you, like, boom, be grateful that guy hit on you, because these little young girls out here that's like 22, 23, y'all know how fast they is. I'm telling you. And these younger girls nowadays, they look like they y'all age. Okay, they got the bodies. They got the big everything. They look, you would get it, like, you would think that they was your age, but they really be young girls. Trust me, I see them all the time. They be tall, they be thick, they be in shape, they be having curves, they faces be on point, everything. But they still like 25 years old. You see what I'm saying? So a guy that hit on you if you 30 and older is kind of like a blessing, because there's so many young little fast girls running around here, and they just ready for a guy to swoop them up and make that girl his wife, or make that girl his girlfriend, and stuff like that. That is ridiculous. There's a lot of girls out here that's young that's running around like that, and they are completely unhinged, and they look way better than the woman that's 30 and older. Even though you might be 30 and older and you think that you still look good, you might still got the beauty, but the little young girls got the booty. Okay, because they ain't got no mileage. If you know what I mean, they ain't really, the walls have not caved in, and the liquids ain't spewing everywhere and stuff like that. Like, for real, you gotta think about stuff like this, ladies, because it's really important. Okay, you gotta think, these little young girls running around here, they still, cervical. They still cervical, and the guys know that. Men know that. Men know that when he lay down with you, he can just tell by the way you have with him that how many miles you got on your car. Women, I just want to let y'all know, guys know that based on the way you have sex with him. He can tell. Is he not dumb? Men are not stupid. Okay. Even though you might think guys are sometimes, they're not stupid when it comes down to that third leg. They know what it's supposed to feel like down there. Okay, so You know what I'm saying? If you're a woman out there in 30 and older, you need to know how to grow your own gardens. You need to know how to grow your own garden. You need to know how to make your own full course dinners. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're 30 and older, you got to have skills and you got to have these woman-like qualities that if you do settle down, then you can make it happen, because these guys are looking for that type of woman. You know, nowadays, so many girls trying to give it up to guys out here, ladies, that it ain't even, that's not even nothing that they benefiting from no more. They ain't even looking at that as like, oh my God, she gave me some of that thing. Like, she really likes me. I really like her. No, they not. Guys nowadays can get that if they go outside tonight and go somewhere. Literally, because it's a lot of girls out here running around single thinking that they can do it all alone by themselves for forever. But I'm telling you, when the age starts setting in, man, things get really, really serious. And again, you don't want to be like some of these ladies that I know personally, who I've talked to. And even in my family, personally, bro, even in my family, I've seen people in my family, women in my family that have grown older and have grown colder, if you know what I mean. Cold-hearted, colder, because they don't have no specific person around and they are forced to get hard. They are forced to get, you know, more masculine. And you don't want that. You don't want that type of stuff to happen with that menopause and all that kicking in. You getting tough and you getting, you know, you turn into the lady that's calling the police on everybody on the street because they making too much noise. You don't want to get like Miss Hattie. You feel me? So I'm just trying to make this video to try to give y'all women some logical advice. Like, if you 30, it's simple, baby. Just try to have more respect for the guys that do hit on you and try to make it work with them. Please do. I mean, if you in that independent girl boss mindset and you 30 and older, you better have everything all the way lined up then. Okay? If you plan on doing this by yourself and being independent, you better have a banging body. You better look better than Kim Kardashian. You feel me? You better look better than Ella May. Okay? Because the Ella May and them ain't old. And they pretty as I don't know what type of girls. Okay, so if you ain't as thin as Taylor Swift and you don't have that look like that and you don't really have your youthful luster and you 30 and over and you still walking around, I can do it all by myself. I'm sorry, baby. That ain't how the women's time cycle works. Okay, so take it with a grain of salt, ladies. I mean, peace to y'all. Don't be triggered. Get out your feelings. It's just a word from your big bro Trend, man. Comment below. Peace.